Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back with another Top Shot video here, and in this one we got a lot to talk about. First, I'm just gonna open my pack here. I already opened it actually, but I screen recorded it, so we're gonna check out what I got in my base set pack, and then we're gonna talk about the effect this had on the market. If it's a good time to buy low on the market, check out kind of just where the market is here and see some of my thoughts around that. And then lastly, we're finally going to get into some Cool Cat stuff. Obviously, new challenge out, and then we're going to review the last challenge. So a lot to get to in this video. So stick around for all of it, and let's just get right into it here. All right, so here was my base set Series 2 Release 32 pack. And I honestly don't even remember now what I pulled here. So middle out, 30,000. Got an Aaron Gordon on the Nuggets. I believe it's his first moment on the Nuggets, so don't know if that has any value, or if they make a run in the playoffs without Jamal Murray, and Gordon's a big part of it. Could go up during the playoffs, so not super mad about Aaron Gordon's first Nugget moment. And then we got an 11,000 Isaac Okoro. He's got 2 rookie badges on this one. This one's actually going for a lot cheaper than I thought. It's like $6-7, and he has 2 rookie badges. So that one's a little down, but I like getting rookies, like getting those badges. And then we got an Alex Len out of 12,000. So got his Top Shot debut moment. Never mad about getting Top Shot debuts, and I think they hold a lot of value. Like right now, they might not seem that rare or valuable, but just because this year and last year they're printing all these first moments for everyone, and like next year, really the only one who's going to get badges is going to be new rookies in the league for Top Shot debut badges. So I think they have a lot of value currently. Cool, so not a bad pack. Got a couple players with badges on them, so decent for a base set pack. And now let's just talk about the marketplace. Seems like it's the lowest ever. I know we say that a lot, but right now it really does seem like it, and I'm thinking that's just because 300,000 packs went out, and basically anyone could get a pack who's on the platform. I think they have about less than 500,000 users, so users who are at least a little active in the last couple of days were able to get a pack most likely. So 300,000 of those went out, and the queue still might be open. It's, let's see, it's 9:50 a.m. Pacific time right now, so I still think people are able to open them today on Friday. So let's just take a look at the market here. So before the pack opening, we had 0 moments at $5. And now we even have a couple 4s popping up and a good amount of 5s for these 35K moments. Seems to happen every time a big release of a ton of 35K moments are getting released into the marketplace, and then they all just go back up to 6. So, I mean, if you're able to snipe a couple at 4, and then probably in a few days they're going to go back up to 6, quick $2 profit. I mean, $2 is not a lot, but if you're able to pick up 10 of these and then flip them for 10 or flip them for 6, I mean, that's $20. Just doing some easy buying and selling, just some quick flips. But these actually are snipes. It seems like every time I look at the lowest on here, there's some for 4, but then if you click on them, all the $4 are gone. It's back up to 5. We can try it again. So it is a little hard to snipe them for 4. Yeah, so now there's only 1 for 4, and then you can open it up, and it's gone already. So it's going to be kind of hard to swoop them for 4. Wow, that's a pretty nice dunk by MCW. So now let's just check out some of my other favorite filters on here, and we can get a real idea on how far the market is down right now. So definitely Top Shot debut, I've seen a huge hit. We got, before, I believe the base was $10. Now we're getting some below 10, actually a lot below 10, and also the case just because of the base set release. There was a lot of 12Ks that were released out there, and I mean, a lot of people just immediately are selling. When you're giving away 300,000 packs, there's a lot of people that aren't in it for the long-term hold. They just want to turn that $9 pack into 20, 30 bucks, and they're just flipping basically everything. So I believe that's why these are down pretty far. So, I mean, great time to swoop in here to get some value. A lot of these I know are the lowest they've ever been, like Edmund Sumner, someone I talk way too much about for a pretty below average player. So to get an idea of his price, we can look him up on Add More Funds, which I'll link down in the description as always. Probably my favorite Top Shot tool. And over the past month, we can see 11, 12, 10. So since this was released, by far the lowest, $8. I don't know what you're going from 12 to 8. It's like a 33% decrease, I believe. I don't really know how to do percent math that well like that. But we're seeing that on a lot of these guys. I mean, if you watch my what I'm selling video, hopefully you sold a lot of these guys I was talking about in that video. It was just maybe like a week and a half ago, maybe just a week ago that I put that out, and I was talking about selling a lot of these 12K guys because there wasn't a lot in circulation. Guys like Garrison Matthews just last week was 26 bucks. Javon Carter was 30, I believe, and now these guys are down at 8. So hopefully you watched that video and you sold those guys. If you really like them, you could have sold them at 30 and you could buy them now at $8, but just trying to make a little money on these flips, and I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. If we just look up Garrison Matthews price over time, and then we can also do Javon Carter. So just see over the last month. Wow, this graph sucks. Maybe 7 days. Sometimes these graphs are really annoying because for the first hour, the lowest ask is $1,200. So you can't get a really good look on the graph, but we can see April 22nd, he was $26, and now we're the 30th, so 8 days ago, he was 26. That's when I made my selling video. I talked a ton about selling these 12K moments. So we went from 26 to 8 in 8 days. And same with Javon Carter and a lot of other guys that I talked about took a huge dip. Hopefully this graph looks a little better. It's pretty much the same. So $8, and go back to 22nd, he was $29, $28. So definitely could have made some money if you sold at that point. I'm guessing a lot of you guys just open them in packs. So a ton for $8 or less, which is crazy. Some value I'm seeing here is like Avery Bradley. I mean, he's coveted by good teams, and right now kind of stuck on the Rockets, but in the offseason should get scooped up by a pretty good team and be kind of like a bench player, but 3-and-D guy that teams really like. Some other current players you could scoop right now that are going to be relevant this year. Elfrid Payton, I believe he's still starting for the Knicks, and the Knicks are going to be guaranteed in the playoffs. It looks like. We can look at the standings again real quick, and then we can also look at Elfrid Payton's game log real quick. So why is it set for 2020? That's weird. So Knicks are 4th. So 4 plays the 5. So Knicks Hawks, going to be a pretty good series if that holds. I mean, it could be Knicks Heat or Knicks Celtics. I don't know who you're probably hoping it's Knicks Hawks if you're the Knicks. That's probably the best matchup. I mean, versus a fully healthy Celtics team, or obviously you don't want to face the Heat. So they're guaranteed at least 4 games, probably more in the playoffs. Elfrid Payton's going to be their starting point guard most likely. Yeah, so you can see in this column the game started like pretty much every game he's played in this year. 21 minutes last game, so he doesn't get a ton of minutes here, it looks like. But starting for your starting point guard on a number 4 seed for $8. I mean, I could see that going to like 15 in the playoffs, so doubling your money there. Another guy I talked about is Reggie Jackson, 6th man on the Clippers. His price has tanked, so all these are pretty much down from when I've looked at them last, and that's just because the huge release of all these common packs. And usually the trend is just they go down for a while and then they come back up to like at least what they were before, which would be like for Reggie Jackson would be like 13, for Sumner would be 11, 12, for Peyton would be 12, 13, and then that would just is probably like their base. And then who knows, once the playoff starts, if they just are balling out, they could have their price increase by a lot. Kent Bazemore, a guy who's been playing really well for the Warriors. Hopefully the Warriors get in the play-in game at least. Claxton and Cam Johnson could be key players for the playoff run here. Something to keep an eye out when buying 12Ks is how many are in circulation. So a quick way is you can just look at the listings. So this one only has 500 listings versus Dwayne Bacon, which is 1,300. So that just makes me think that there's more out of 12,000 actually owned right now of Bacon versus Claxton. So Claxton's price actually could go down farther because there's going to be more released in packs, and when a ton get released, people just lowball, try to get rid of it. So right now might not be the best time, but $11 for Claxton is pretty hard to pass up on something like that. All right, now they're just looking at some rookies. So $6 for some rookie 35Ks with badges seems crazy. I mean, once all these 35Ks are back up to 6, probably pretty soon, I would think that these 2-badge 35K rookies are going to be higher than just the floor base, which would make sense, and you could scoop them up for pretty cheap right now. And then we got some prices going down on Cole Anthony and James Wiseman, as well as Halliburton, all the way down to 25 on this one, which that one has taken a huge hit. Probably one of the biggest hits on the 35K. I think he was maybe close to 50 on that, and it was holding at 50 for a while. So I don't know if you think there's any value in getting a player that's probably going to be first team all rookie and maybe third in rookie voting for the rookie of the year. But on this one, you can see, this one was all the way up to almost 100 and then was in the 50s for a while, in the 40s, high 30s, and then all the way down to below 30. So this one is at a pretty good price right now. The lowest it's ever been since it was put out. And if you like Halliburton, they're not going to be in the playoffs or in the play-in game, but pretty good value on that one as well. And then real quickly before we get into the Cool Cats stuff, let's just check out Series 1 and get this rookie year and get that rookie year filter out of there. So some of the lowest, these ones have held, so basically everything that's dipping is these ones that were released in packs. So Series 1, these actually might be up. I remember Bertans was like 35 maybe just like a week ago. That's one I keep my eye on because I actually own this, but a lot of these are up from last week and did not take a hit with these pack drops. So that's good to see that at least Series 1s are holding their value. Some cheap ones that I'm looking at here are just guys that are going to be in the playoffs and making some noise in the playoff, hopefully. Some guys I know here, Torrey Craig, he's been starting for the Suns, just $50. PJ Tucker's going to be in the playoffs, but I don't know how effective he will be for the Bucks off the bench. Another guy here, Brook Lopez, if you think the Bucks are going to make a run, $55 for his first moment, and this one's actually under 3,000, so that one's pretty rare. So, a good value out still in the Series 1s, even though they're going up, but it's good to see that they're holding value. But also beware of the news coming out today, Friday, April 30th, of what they're going to do with the Series 1s. They said they're releasing that today. I'll probably talk about that in my video tomorrow and just give a bunch of updates and my thought on the updates from today in tomorrow's video. So look out for that coming out tomorrow and subscribe for that so you can get notified with that notification bell. All right, now so let's just get into the Cool Cats challenge. So if we come actually back to my spreadsheet of Cool Cats 5, these were my predictions. Van Vliet, $80 was my prediction, and the before price when I made this was $213. I think towards the end it was actually like $230, $240 to buy all the moments needed for this. And then my prediction, what they're going to be after right now, is $34. So let's just take a look of what my prediction was like. I'm not afraid to be wrong in my predictions. So his Cool Cats is actually $130. That's high for out of like 7,000. How many? 6,500. So I thought 7,000 were going to complete it and 6,500 did. So maybe that's why it's a little more, but 130, good amount actually for that. So that's a little surprising. We'll see if that holds any value at 130 and doesn't actually go down. So I was pretty far off on how valuable the Van Vliet would be. So then let's just look at the Cool Cats Challenge 5, see what they're worth. 32. My prediction was 34 that they're going to be worth after. So pretty close on that. It probably would be 34 once these go back up to 6 here in a couple days. And now let's just look at Cool Cats 6 right now. So all 35Ks down to 169. So right now, pretty affordable. That Clint Capella is all the way down to 25. Someone in our Discord said he sold his for 32, which looks like a good price right now because he's down to 25. I still am holding my Clint Capella. I don't know if I'm going to complete this challenge or not. If these 4 keep going down, which obviously over the last 24 hours they're up, but over the past like 12 hours, I think all 4 of these are down currently. So if these keep going down, if I can get all these guys around 30 or below 30, could be worth it. I would think like 10,000, 11,000 are going to complete this challenge just because there's more of these out there and there's no 15Ks in this challenge. So a lot more opportunity to buy them. Again, if we just go here, we can see already 4,200 have completed the challenge. So a good amount already, and there's still like 6 days left to complete this. So I think we're going to get close to 11,000 on this. And if you're looking at like a 12K moment on the platform for Zach LaVine, so let's just come here and see if we have a Zach LaVine 15K moment. So looking at Zach LaVine's moment on the platform, his 15K is $17. If this gets anywhere close to 15K, which I think it could be 11, 12, or it could be 10. His out of 10,000, this is a Seeing Stars, is only 34. So I don't know what the value of this one's going to be if the LE is that high. I mean, if I was to redo this right now, so right now the price of Cool Cats is $169. Predicting after, so 5 35Ks, I'm going to predict $30. And for LaVine, I mean, I was surprised by Van Vliet. If we're looking at these, if we think this is any indication, if it's going to be higher than 10,000, 34, I mean, just because it's a challenge reward, 80 might be high. I would say like 60, but I was wrong on the Van Vliet, so who knows. But my prediction would be 60. You'd lose $79. For me, I have Clint Capella, who's only 25 right now, so I would only lose, let's see, $54, I guess. I guess minus 6 because that's his value after. So 60. So you'd still be losing money. Is an easier challenge to complete. I don't know if you think the LaVine maybe is going to be 100, then you're not going to lose as much, but you're still going to lose some. Might be worth it if this Cool Cats goes down to 150 for all of them. For me, I would be losing $1. If you don't own any of them, you're going to be losing 20. So I'm keeping my eye out on the Cool Cats. I could see these going down pretty far, honestly, to like 150 or below, and at that point it might make sense to complete the challenge financially, but also just to get a challenge under my belt, because I actually haven't been completing any of these challenges. I haven't done any of them. I've just been flipping moments around them to make money. To me, that's more fun, but it would be fun to get a challenge reward and see kind of what cereal you get and all that, and just have one under your belt. So who knows, I might do this one, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely subscribe. Comment your thoughts on buying low on the market right now, and then also your thoughts on the Cool Cats challenges, and I'll see you guys in another video.
Another day, another beer.